a meeting place. So this would be a place where the Wolwekraal Exco meets, but more importantly, this is a lecture hall. So the back of the hall is designed as a screen for showing slides, and the hall itself will seat about 30 people. In this corner here, we're going to have a little tea making place, and the toilets are at the back. So this bigger part of the building then is all about exchanging information and bringing the public in to learn more about conservation issues and about both natural history and cultural conservation. The other part of the building has a different purpose. Should we go through there? So this smaller part of the building is designed as an archive. The walls will be covered mostly with shelves, although on one side there will be display cabinets, and those will house some of Judy Maguire's cultural artifacts, particularly artifacts made by Indigenous people. The bookshelves will accommodate a wide range of books dealing with Karoo, particularly Karoo geology, paleontology, archaeology, natural history, all sorts of natural history, from invertebrates through to birds, mammals, and geology obviously as well. The way people used the landscape, not only in the past but perhaps in more recent times. And then the end wall, where you now see a new window has been knocked through the wall, that will have a bench right across it, and it will accommodate 2 computers. One of those will have a digital archive on it, so that people can look up data on, for example, weather patterns in Prince Albert, the numbers of various plants which have been recorded, the state of the grazing lands, the effects of drought, various plant and animal populations, the movement of animals across the landscape over time, the times of day and night that various animals are active. The other computer will be linked to the internet and can be used for online research and writing papers. So that's our plan for the use of the building. But the bigger picture is that as Wolwekraal conservation and research, we want to bring research on the Karoo, the much bigger Karoo, not just the Prince Albert Karoo, to people who are interested in the Karoo, particularly in the natural history and the history of Indigenous people and how they use the landscape. We also want to use the site for people who are interested in stewardship, people who want to manage their farms or their land in a more sustainable manner, who want to join a stewardship program with Cape Nature and need information on the plants and animals there, on the carrying capacity of the land, on how their piece of land would fit into a natural corridor, for example. So these are the bigger picture things that we want to achieve with Wolwekraal conservation and research. One of the little problems we have, as many people do, is finding sufficient funds to complete the fitting out of the building. So we do have enough funds to finish building the building, but then what lies ahead of us is shelving, cabinets, lighting, computers, data projector, and many other things. Outside the building, we have to have quite a lot of parking space. We need to have parking according to municipal regulations for 7 vehicles. There is the sewage. We don't have reticulated sewage in this part of Prince Albert, but here we are planning a 2-tank system with bacterial degradation of the waste so that the water can be used on gardens. On this side of the building, We want to develop medicinal gardens with labelled plants so that we can take school groups and interested people through the medicinal garden, and people can learn about how plants were used as the main source of medicine in the past, and many of these plants of course are still used for medicine. Then we have an exciting project over here which lies somewhere in the future. In that corner of the plot, we want to develop a lapa, and that lapa would be of packed branches, about 7 meters across, and the walls of the lapa will have posters on them which explain the way of life of indigenous herders, so cocoon people and hunter-gatherers, and how family groups interacted around the fireplace as the central meeting place. There we can also, in the lapa, have social events, we can have a braai place there, and we can have outdoor lectures. So the big door into the lecture hall will have a ramp leading up to it and will be wheelchair accessible. Wheelchair users can move through the door into the archive area, which won't have a ramp leading to it.